Are you ready for the next act? Woo! Please give a warm welcome to Nathan Curry.
This is why you should always check under your seat on the train. My charger fell out of the wall because, you know, these speed trains that they built back in the 70s have the plugs way up there. Fell down. I had to pull somebody's luggage out to get my charger. Squeeze in under there. There's this dark object standing between me and my charger. And now the people around, Malnus and I came down on the train together, and of course we're always just talking comedy, and so we get everybody around us just kind of listening in, you know, trying to pretend like they're not. And I come out, I crawl out, laughing hysterically. And so of course the entire train's just like, look at what the hell? And I stand up and just go, ta-da! So they got a little bit of a free show, but always check under your seat. Okay. Also, too, another thing that happened to me just the other day on the train, and well, first of all, I gotta ask: anybody in here over the age of 40? Of course not. Fuck. Over 35? God damn it! Oh, yeah.
There's hope.
There's hope. Okay. Just there has literally been nights where it's like nobody over 30. So it's just grandpa up here like, oh, back in my day. Jesus. No, so anyways, it's like, you know, I always said when I got older I would never be one of those like, oh, the youth today, they got it so easy. The youth today have it so fucking easy. This literally happened just like last week on the train. I'm sitting in the seat across from the toilet, and it's one of the toilets with a handle. Giant handle that you slide open the door. And of course there's the little light that comes on when somebody's in there. This kid, and I'm guessing 14, 15, walks up and starts running his hand over the light for like 3-4 seconds. Nothing happens, and he goes and gets the conductor to come show him how to open the door. And so the conductor just grabs the handle, opens the door. The kid just walks in, doesn't say thank you, doesn't look at him, nothing. Door closes, he turns to me, and we both go, oh! So, all right, now I'll get started with my actual set. It's obvious I'm American, and I'm sorry. More specifically, I'm from Kentucky. Fuck, I'm sorry. Now, you'll never meet anybody else from Kentucky because only 4 of us escaped. But I did escape. I did escape. Any Americans in here by any chance? Oh! From where?
New York.
Okay. C proper. And there was...
Philadelphia.
C proper. Not Kentucky. Last time I performed here, there was somebody from Mississippi. And I'm like, you might be in a worse boat than me. But anyways, no, it's like, I came here originally to do my master's, and the very first thing I learned about myself and this country, I'm fucking short for Denmark! True story. The second day I was here, I was in a restaurant, I went in to go pee, and the urinal was higher than my dick. Like, do I go ask for a stool? Like, what? So I just kind of came up on my toes, you know, kind of tried to arc it in a bit. So, I think I'm in the mood to go back and forth between pissing on the US and pissing on Denmark. So, let's go back to the US for a minute. Now, of course, growing up in the southern US, you know, you hear in movies, television shows, the whole southern accent. Well, every southern state kind of has their own accent. Like Alabama has Alabama, then Georgia has Georgia. Would you like some sweet tea? Now, Tennessee and Kentucky, we got the worst of it. We have what's known as a country accent, which is basically being as lazy with your mouth as possible. This is what my dad sounds like. I ain't working because I ain't got enough power. That is, it is not working because it does not have enough power. Welcome to Kentucky. Another thing too, so while I'm talking about my dad, there was one time when my parents rang me when I'm in the store. I'm talking to them, I get up to the cash register, and I'm like, okay, guys, I don't want to be rude, I'm gonna set the phone down. So, I'm conducting business, talking in Danish. I get back on the phone, and my dad asks, "Do you understand what they were saying?" No, Dad, I did not understand what they were saying. I was making up words, hoping that they would. Jesus Christ. Okay, how many days we have in the room? I knew you were. Okay, so decent amount. And these jokes are for the internationals. First one, how do you make a Dane happy and pissed off in the same 10 seconds? Give them a beer, let them take a drink, and then tell them it's non-alcoholic. Oh, did I just hear it? Oh! Who went, oh? Definitely not a Dane. No, but one thing I love, even after living here as many years as I have, how much Danes follow the rules. Okay, I remember as a student coming home from the bar like 2 in the morning and seeing Danes waiting for the light to cross the street when there's no traffic anywhere around. Nothing, no cars to be seen anywhere. See? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And even during the day, and it did happen today on the way here. Walk up to the intersection, everybody's waiting, you look both ways, no cars, and then you cross. And you just see Danes looking at you like, you can do that? Oh, let me see, where do I want to go with this? Do I want to go anywhere with this? Maybe not. Another thing too I loved when I was a student was being at a party, like talking with a couple of Danes in English, then I'd walk away. And, I gotta get a beer or whatever. I'd walk away and I'd listen to how long they would speak English together before they realized, oh, we have our own language. What are we doing? Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Should I piss on the US a little bit more, or? Yes. Actually, no, I think, first I'm going to break in with this, just because why not? Now, like I said, I'm the fucking oldest person in the room, and I was with my ex for 14 years. So I was a little nervous about getting back in the dating game in my middle ages. It's just kind of like, you're still a guy. I have the swagger, One thing I learned about dating in your middle ages, it's fucking awesome! Because, go, man! Yeah! No, because nobody has time for games or bullshit. Nobody has time. Nobody has. Come on. Get me off track here. This is comedy. You're not supposed to be laughing. Come on. No, but it's great because nobody has time for games or bullshit. This is how it goes. Divorced, right? Yeah, who's not? How many kids? 3. How many kids? 2. When are you available? Every other Thursday from 6 to 7:30. Want to get together and have sex? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'll leave you with this story. I love this. It was the first, other than the fucking urinal, the next experience that happened to me in Denmark that just is glorious, great memory. As you guys know, exams are after Christmas. So I wouldn't go home for Christmas because you'd be too stressed, worrying about exams, studying, whatever. So the woman I was dating at the time, she's like, well, what are you going to do for Christmas? I'm like, I I don't know. She's like, well, we'll come to my parents' place. They live like Tolsing on one of the islands, South Denmark. Yeah, the Danes might know what I'm talking about. Anyways, her parents are like, live on this like farm, and old hippies have this amazing organic garden. And they were like, okay, we have an international student coming, so we're gonna make this just full traditional dinner. Now, their place is like, their main room is kind of like this room. It's sort of divided. You have like the living room area, the TV area, then you've got the kitchen, and then the dining area, and the kitchen and dining area are divided by, just a like waist-high wall, for my height, fucking chin-high wall. But anyway, so if you're standing at the sink, you're looking down the dining table. And I'd already met her sisters. I had not met her brother. And one of her sisters and I, it's amazing food. So I'd already had like 2 plates of food, and her sister's like, I bet you can't eat more. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. This is good shit. So I start taking more food. Now I hadn't noticed that her mother had gotten up and started collecting dishes. Now in Denmark, you don't take anything off the table until everybody's done eating. This is in it. Oh, you should see his face. He's like, you did not. You did not. So anyways, so I start taking more food, and then her dad, who's already at the sink kind of washing dishes, he just starts yelling. And I didn't know a word of Danish at that point, so whatever. So then my girlfriend starts yelling at him. Then I could tell her sisters kicked in on her side, then her brother kicked in on his side. Now I'm just like, I found out later, of course, that he's just like, oh, look at this typical American eating more than he should. Doesn't he know when to stop? Americans don't know when to stop. And then my girlfriend was like, oh, you old hippie, you're always talking about cultural acceptance. Americans eat a lot at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then her sisters are on his side, or on her side, and then her brother's down with the U.S. So, and this whole time, her mother is just standing there with a stack of dishes. And she can't say my name because then I'll know something is up. So she's just like, the guest is noticing. The guest is noticing. And this whole time, I'm still eating. What else going on? And every bite I take is fuel on the fire. Cheers, guys. Nathan Curry, comedian, YouTube and Instagram. Shameless self-promotion. Cheers.
Nathan Curry, ladies and gentlemen.